Have you seen my new computer box?
No, I haven't.
It's over there.
Dude, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
What cooler do you have on in there?
The Corsair H100i.
Oh, okay.
I also need another hard drive.
Why?
I'm probably going to go to one of the Best Buys and buy a 3 terabyte hard drive.
Oh, dude.
Why not just check it from Amazon?
Because it's just as cheap at Best Buy, I checked.
The only problem with that case, though, is you can only put 2 3.5-inch drives in it.
Yeah, but if they're two 4 terabyte, 3.5-inch drives, I don't really care.
Yeah, the problem I have is I have like 3.5-inch drives that I want to put in that case.
Just buy a 4-slot SAN.
I do not. Like, all of my 3.5-inch drives are in my server.
Fair enough.
Like, I would just I do have one of the SSDs in the slot up front, but I would move it to the SSD cage.
Yeah. I do like that SSD cage. It's actually kind of nice.
That's pretty nice. Ooh, my Miracle Fruit tablet shipped.
Woo! I don't even.
There's
What
Matt's
are
purchase of the week.
What are they?
So, there's this berry that's grown in, like, West Africa or some shit, and whatever's in it, whatever chemicals in it, binds with the taste buds on your tongue,
Okay.
and in general, it makes sour and acidic things taste sweet. So
What?
you can, like, just eat a lemon raw, which my brother does anyway, but you can eat the lemon raw and it'll taste like lemonade
Brandy.
and sugary. And someone was like drinking Tabasco sauce and saying, "Dear God, it tastes like hot donut glaze."
So, wait, is this something that you eat before you eat that food?
Yes, like you have to let it coat your tongue and
Okay.
bind with your taste buds. And then you can do, like, somebody was drinking vinegar.
Oh my god.
Like, it makes this fucking stuff taste, like, super awesome. Apparently, like, sweet things can go, like, it's like overload. Like, so sweet it's gross.
That's ridiculous.
It makes Guinness taste like chocolate milk.
Guinness already tastes like chocolate milk.
No, it doesn't. Guinness is terrible. Like, some guy took, like, ice cream or some shit and blended up Guinness with it and is like, "It tastes like a chocolate shake!"
So does it just... So wait, does the thing itself add any additional flavor to what you're eating, or does it just...
No, it's just changing the way that your tongue is perceiving it.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, if you consider that adding additional flavor, then yes.
Well, no, I didn't know if it was like, I don't know, lemon lime flavored. So if you drank vinegar, you'd be tasting.
Well, I think the most
Vinegar,
interesting
lemon,
thing is
lime.
going to be a hot sauce. Like, to do it and then grab some sriracha and just take a bunch of it, so you'll get the burn that sriracha or any hot sauce gives you, because that's not going to go away,
Because it's
but
still a
it'll be
pepper.
sweet. Like,
That's weird.
it'll be weird.
That's real weird.
Oh, it was on a talk show where the guy was drinking vinegar, and he took a drink of it, and then he kind of looked at the glass, and they were like, "It must not be working." And they, like, took another big swig of it, and then, like, the entire audience was laughing. And he said, like, he let, like, the perfect amount of pause, and he just says, "Takes the edge off."
Well, the weirdest part is it doesn't change your smell, so you'd still be smelling a glass of vinegar or whatever
Right.
you're drinking.
So
But it wouldn't
it's gonna be
taste like you
interesting. Like, I
expected.
bought 2 different kinds to see which ones work the best, and then my plan is to, if they're as crazy as I think they're gonna be, I'm gonna buy a crap ton of them to have at the Halloween party, just so people can because it's funny and, like, interesting.
That's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah. They're not freaking cheap though.
Probably not. How much were they?
Let me check.
Can you reuse the things? Like, it looks like a hard candy that you suck on.
Well, normally, like, there's people, like, you can buy the fruits themselves too, But these are
Okay.
just like, I think, like ground up, like dried and put into a pill type thing that you have to let dissolve. Yeah,
Oh,
I need
okay.
some of that Luxardo, that's for sure. Have you tried it, Dave? Is he
Yeah.
still muted? Huh?
Yeah, I've had it before.
What's it taste like?
I mean, I guess I haven't had it straight,
Oh,
but I've only had it in aviations.
yeah. Those are pretty good.
They're fantastic.
That's what I'm excited to try different alcohols with this thing and see if it makes them taste different, like the gins that I have and stuff. But I don't know if it will.
Oh, dude, speaking of drinks, I was at a Russian restaurant this weekend, and they had, you would have loved this place. They had martinis galore, and I had a lot of their martinis were Bond themed, so I had one that was called From Russia with Love, and it was just vodka and gin.
Oh, that's good.
And I took the first sip of it, and I was like, oh dear God, that's a lot of alcohol.
Was it good though?
It was a little too heavy on the vodka for my taste.
Like,
But,
yeah, if it's gonna be heavy one direction, it needs to be heavy on the gin.
yeah, but on the other hand, the food I was eating a really spicy sausage, and when I ate that and then drank the vodka, it was actually really, really good.
There was it Dave that was it you that was telling me there's a place in Des Moines that's supposed to be really good for cocktails?
Yeah, Alba's.
How do you spell that?
ALBA.
But in addition to that, this place they do because they're Russian, they have their own house-made infused vodkas, and so I had because it was my birthday, I got a free shot, and they have a infused one with horseradish, which I had.
Horseradish. I like horseradish.
It actually masked the taste of the vodka really well.
Are you talking about the one in the East Village, Dave?
Yeah. Like on 2nd Street or something like that?
Somewhere around there. It's close. It's close to East Grand.
They've got some pretty good food, too.
It's got pretty retardedly good reviews.
Where are you looking at for reviews?
The first review site that popped up.
Yelp.
Because Yelp has really shitty reviews for the place.
Well, no, I thought they looked pretty good.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Looks
were you
pretty
looking at?
expensive.
I mean, it's a nice sit-down, you wear a collared shirt type restaurant.
Fuck that.
Dude, what kind of place that has good drinks is not going to be expensive?
I'm not worried about it being expensive, but I want to wear my T-shirt. I
Get
will
a
pay
t-shirt.
whatever amount you want.
Get one of those T-shirts that looks like you're wearing a tux.
John says, I'm back. Okay.
Is he joining us?
I don't know. I asked it. Well, I said we're in the hangout thingy.
I think I invited
The glass
him.
has a gold rim.
Does that make it taste better?
Yeah.
Does it infuse it with gold?
No, he's in payday. He's not coming.
Oh.
He said, I'm not going in there, duck out when appropriate.
Wow. So have you guys all changed your Adobe passwords yet?
I don't have an Adobe anything.
Well, have you heard that they got hacked?
What password would I need to change?
The one that gets you your Adobe account?
I don't have an Adobe account.
Well, if you did, you would have to change your password. Congratulations.
Yeah, they got hacked hard.
Yeah, they have a little bit of an issue. So the biggest part of the story isn't that they lost like 2.9 million customer info. It's that they actually had their source code stolen.
Oh, good.
For like the majority of their Adobe products, including Acrobat Reader,
Even better.
which is just awesome.
Well,
So,
no, the big thing is the key that they used to hash all of the credit card info was taken as well as the credit card info.
right.
So they can do lookups on it now and pull back credit cards and names and addresses and billing, because most of Adobe stuff is now subscription based.
Right, yeah, because of the subscription-based model that they've gone to for, like, Creative Suite.
Dodge Durango. It's available Hemi V8N.
So in any case, but still, it's still, if a bunch of hackers have the source code to a very, very, very commonly used program, now they already know what all the backdoors are into that program, which is probably a bigger deal because now they can probably get a hold of whatever information they wanted instead of just the customers who had accounts with Adobe.
Why couldn't they have taken Java instead?
Because nobody uses Java.
Haven't they already?
Putting up Java even faster.
Yeah, but the problem is, the difference is, like, if they, I don't know, they would have to basically rewrite every backdoor or every hole and bug in the Adobe code and push it out as a patch in order to completely fix this problem.
Without too much in the steering contest.
Steering contest? Well, do you guys also want to talk about the Steam news from last week?
You paid no attention to it at all.
Well, I'm not really sure it's big news anyway. Especially for people who are already hardcore PC players, gamers. Unless you are one of the PC gamers who really, really, really wants to play on Linux. That's pretty much the only thing that the announcement was good for.
I don't know. I think it's an interesting opportunity to see Valve expand their current offerings.
In terms of what?
I'm more interested in what comes of it with support for other operating systems and that major developers will put in now instead of just Windows.
I am all for more stuff being on Linux.
But, you know, the problem is, I think it sounds like a really, really good idea. The biggest hurdle I can see, though, is that it's not just Valve who has to be on board with this. They have to get all the publishers and developers to do it as well. And for, I don't know, it's probably easier for the smaller developers to do it than the bigger developers, I would imagine.
Nobody develops.
That's because smaller developers are producing less complex games in general, right?
Correct.
Like, well, it's not
less complex games, and they're developing on code bases that are already interchangeable, can be cross-compiled, I should say, like the Unity engine. Whereas big developers are developing very big, complex games in DirectX or something.
Or on their own proprietary.
Yeah, or their own proprietary system. Which, are they really going to take the time to recode all of that for it to be compiled for Linux?
Well, on the AMD side with Mantle, it's an interesting thing because that you're getting past DirectX. I mean, you're accessing the graphics card directly, so you're not having to do an API.
Well, that was my next question is, does AMD have an advantage then in this
Well, you
type
are
of-
going through an API.
Well, it's
It
not.
happens to be AMD's API.
Yeah, yes, but it's not specific to the OS you're running. It's specific to the hardware you're running.
It's bypassing the OS level. I mean, obviously, AMD's got an advantage because it's the same card that is being, and basically the same system is being run on both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 3. So
Right.
you're basically taking the hardware APIs from the consoles and putting it onto the PCs and saying, "Here, guys, have at it." So,
Yeah, I mean, the story is that, you know, like all the developers who are going to be developing for the consoles, they are going to be trying to squeeze that extra ounce of performance out of the hardware that they currently have, which is why I think like things like Mantle are probably going to do better than like anything like it in the past has done, because nobody has had, neither Nvidia nor AMD has had a lock on an entire generation of consoles or hardware before.
I will be interested to see if NVIDIA changes their hardware designs to support Mantle, because AMD's basically making it saying, hey, anybody can implement this. This is how it works, but because it's hardware specific, you have to design your hardware to match the API.
I mean, maybe, but that's pretty much NVIDIA admitting that AMD has something better, and they're willing to do something that would also promote their competitor,
Jesus Christ, Castle's still on TV.
I guess.
Show.
Just as you.
I mean, so I think with SteamOS, though, I think where we really need to be headed, or what I think is most interesting out of it, is I still really don't see the advantages for someone who is already heavy into PC gaming, who is saying, hey, I prefer sitting in front of my TV to play games instead of my larger monitor that has a higher resolution and my
Right.
mouse and keyboard
I'm not
with
gonna
higher
say
precision.
Well, I could,
The only instances I'm going to say that in are I would like to play like racing games in front, like on my couch, or maybe what?
Castle Crashers. I can take
Yeah,
it.
stuff like partier type games. Like if somebody's over and we want to play FIFA, instead of having to play on my freaking Xbox, I could just do it from my PC, so I don't have to own it more than once. Even though I'll probably buy a PS4 anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and that makes sense. And I mean, the only problem though is, I don't know. Maybe it's not a problem, but I have a PC sitting in my living room already. But how many non-PC gamers or not heavy PC gamers who they are seeming to be marketing to are going to have an extra PC sitting in the living room, or
I'm
one
not
to
exactly
purchase an
sure
extra
who
one?
they're after. Like, I don't think it's me. I don't think I'm the target customer, because I do too much professional stuff on my machine too to be just running SteamOS and call that it. Like,
Well, yes.
Interesting, because SteamOS can be loaded onto basically a thin client and stream from your desktop.
which would be fine. Like, that would be okay.
Right. I think that's what I was going to say is probably the biggest feature for a customer like us.
But it's also going to be basically a full-fledged console that's integrated with Steam that you can play games purchased on Steam through.
Right.
So they're pushing a buy once, play anywhere again of you own it for your PC, why can't you play it on your console, which is what SteamOS installed on a higher end machine is going to be. Which is not, I mean, I would say I'm not going to buy two high end PCs, one for my computer and one for SteamOS. less. But it
Correct.
gives you the option.
Right. Right.
Gives you the option to start as a console player and then move to a PC.
Uh,
I don't see it as being a bad thing for PC gaming at all.
Neither do I.
but still, I mean, if Matt, are you willing to spend money on more hardware, say $200 minimum on more hardware, just to play FIFA on your TV streamed from your desktop? That's basically what it would take. I think Matt froze.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I was thinking, like, I would ideally want to be able to not have to buy any extra anything and do what you just said,
Right.
which means it would have to be almost entirely a software solution, which they've basically already got, right, with Steam Big Picture,
Right.
which I never use.
I've never started it before.
Because
in
my
life.
gaming PC is nowhere near my TV. Like I've been in Steam Big Picture once and it was on accident.
I was just going to say that.
Like, well, I mean, there's really no reason for me to be running Big Picture mode on my desktop, right?
Right.
Correct.
It's really meant for the TV. So if you had your desktop sitting at your TV.
Right. But then what does Big Picture do? I don't even know. What's it get me?
It's formatted for a TV. It allows you to control the interface with a controller on a screen that is big enough for you to see everything.
No, so it just allows you to move your computer to the living room.
Correct.
And play everything that is controller-abled with a controller.
Controller, yeah, correct.
It puts Steam into their 10-foot interface, which is the name people use for an OS TV run from your couch.
But still, my biggest problem is I don't know. Maybe I'm again the wrong demographic, but I have a higher res monitor than any TV in my house or apartment.
Yeah, but that's not
sitting at my desk.
It's not the resolution that's the thing. If it was, there would be no console gamers.
No, that's not true. Console gamers exist because they don't want to have to deal with a PC. They can buy a piece of hardware, hook it up to a TV, and say go.
Yes.
Right, but I don't. I own FIFA for my Xbox. I don't own it for my PC, and resolution is not a factor in that deciding where to purchase that at all.
So for one game, though, so you'd be willing to buy more hardware for a single game?
Sadly, I probably will.
I own a 360 basically for Red Dead Redemption and FIFA, yes.
Yes. I know that we're probably the wrong people to talk about it, but it just doesn't... I don't think that that's going to be what the general population is going to want.
Well, that's why I've always said all along since these announcements started is the most appealing thing to me is maybe I could buy maybe Valve produces this little $150 box that I buy and I sit it next to my TV and it's this little tiny companion cube looking motherfucker and I just plug it in and it lets me stream any game from my PC, like just the video, and maybe somehow they set it up so it can relay the controls and stuff, kind of like instead of a what the hell was that service called? OneLive? Instead of a cloud-based OneLive, it's like your own little OneLive inside your house.
That's basically what the Steam OS that you can download and install on anything.
Woo! Attaway, Beth!
Yeah, I mean that's why.
Let me see if I can get Anthony to come down here and give me a kiss.
That's what it can do. It's basically stream anything.
And that would be the most useful feature for me. So when I decide, and I'm upstairs, and I decide, hey, I want to play some audio surf, but I don't want to fucking go downstairs to do it. I could load up my control, even though, like, see, that's a bad example because I would never play audio surf without a mouse. because I would just get frustrated at how bad I was.
Well, okay, so to move on from that, though, now, is that I see where you're getting at, and I see the point. Now, in my experience, I know that Valve has mentioned that they're going to include video and music and audio streaming and stuff like that, too. An issue for me is I already have a desktop in my living room running Windows. What would be compelling to make me switch that over to a Steam OS box? And then to answer your question, Matt, so this controller that they announced is supposed to fix.
Again? Sorry.
So I already have a PC in my living room that's running Windows, and it's running, it's running all the programs and everything that I needed to do there. What is compelling about SteamOS that makes me want to switch that over to SteamOS instead?
So the problem is you're probably running stuff like XBMC and stuff on there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So ideally, I would say don't make SteamOS just an OS. Somehow get it to run as an application on the operating system,
so virtual machine SteamOS basically.
Well, my guess
virtualize a video stream from my desktop.
So have they given out much information at all on SteamOS? Because my guess would be it's highly modified Ubuntu.
Yes. So that's as far as I've gotten so far. Is that they've said that it's Ubuntu and
Dave's talking and we can't hear him.
Yes.
I mean, it's Linux, it's open, they're going to publish the source code for absolutely everything. There is no reason why you could not modify it to run both XBMC and SteamOS.
See, there you go. See, that would work. That would be okay.
And that might be a possibility. I just don't know how easy something like that is going to be able to do.
Nobody knows at this point. Except them, right?
I would not be surprised to see XBMC push out their own SteamOS flavor if they're bundled together.
Actually, I could probably see XBMC getting into Steam itself, since Steam distributes software now, and you just go to Steam, to the store, you install XBMC just like any other application, and you launch it from just within the SteamOS.
I think it's the
like
other way
a launcher
around.
icon.
I don't think it's too far of a leap to say they will make it really easy for SteamOS to be your media hub and add the ability to play out all the media that you might have on your network.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely doing that.
And if that's not standard, it will be third party. People will make that work if this is as open as I'm hoping it will be.
Well, and that's fine, and I have no problem with that, and I think that they are already doing that. They've already said we're going to have video and audio streaming, but for me, it's not just stuff that's on my local network. It's having a Hulu Plus, access to Hulu Plus and Netflix and Amazon and all those other services that don't like to play nice with Linux, unless you're running a Flash-based browser. Yes. So in any case, Matt, to your question, though, about the mouse and AudioSurf, though, what about their controller? Do you think their controller is going to be any better for that?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
They claim it's supposed to replicate the accuracy of a mouse.
I will believe it when I see it. But if there's anybody I'll place my faith in, it is them. But at the same time, I can't believe that they'll manufacture something that I would be willing to use in place of my mouse.
I don't think it's not supposed to replace the mouse for
everything. No, yeah.
Alternative and more responsive device compared to your normal controller.
Yeah, it's supposed to be better than a normal controller, and I think it's interesting that they went with a trackpad type of design with, I don't know what kind of haptic feedback they're going to include, but some sort of haptic. The hell are you watching?
Freaking sweet-ass video.
So, all right, I think that's enough about Steam. Unless anybody wants to talk about family sharing, but I don't think so.
Give me a minute. I'm watching a telekinetic coffee house.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. So yeah.
They did a good job with this.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to really say today. This
All right.
the 290X and 290 pricing so far.
Yeah, so did you want to talk graphics card or Surface 2?
Surface 2 looks great. That's it. Done.
So have you seen all the new specs for it, Matt?
Some. It's been a while, though.
So, okay. I read today that the Surface Pro 2 is basically the same as the Surface Pro. Is that correct?
Not
anyone know?
the way I understood it, but I don't remember.
It's very simple. It's got higher hard drive capacity, got a faster and lower voltage processor.
And from what I saw, I thought the pen was supposed to be even more accurate.
Okay.
Probably. And an option for more RAM.
Yeah, 8 gigs of RAM was the big piece for me. That was the deal breaker for me with the last one, actually.
That's actually pretty nice.
But if you're going to get the 8 gig 512 version of the Surface, it is like a $1,400 machine.
It's
So
what?
as any other laptop you buy, kind of, really.
So I guess my question is, did the body of the Surface Pro 2 though actually change? Because
Very little. The old,
It got thinner, didn't it?
I think the Surface 2 got thinner.
yeah, the Surface 2 got thinner, and it got that new dual stage kickstand.
Yes.
Is that something that the Pro 2 also got?
Yes.
Okay. So the basically the highlight specs about both devices is both of them now have 1080 screens. The Surface Pro 2 is getting Haswell processors, obviously since the Surface Pro is still running ARM. And then we're also supposed to have a 75% increase in battery life. And then on top of that,
75%. That's
that's what
huge.
they said. That's what they said. They
not
said
Pro.
That's a huge percent.
battery life, which is one of the main reasons we couldn't recommend the original Pro, is said to be 60 to 100% better with Haswell. And that's just because of Haswell.
Aren't they making one of the covers battery too?
Yeah, so in addition to that, they have new touch covers as well, which now have... The touch covers are also thinner. They also included backlighting, and then they have multiple colors, and then one that also has a battery on the backside as well. So you can get increased battery life from that as well. Microsoft is claiming 8 to 10 hours using the Surface Pro 2.
That's pretty.
I mean, that's actually really that's really what Microsoft needed with the Surface Pro original, is that kind of battery life in the Pro tablet.
But it's like everything Microsoft does. First iteration is okay. It's basically a proof of concept. The second and third iterations are very, very strong competitors to the current market.
Right.
And they've always done it that way.
I mean, yeah, look at just the Xbox and then the Xbox 360. I mean, the Xbox, you wouldn't say is wildly popular, but the 360 was ridiculous.
And then you've got
Yeah,
Hyper-
despite all its problems, the 360 was a home run.
Yeah, I mean, it had its issues, but it was still sold like no other console before it, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think that the new Surface Pros, they are a little bit more expensive. I think each of them are $100 more than what they started at last year, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think that these are even more of a compelling buy now than what they were a year ago. And I'm almost saying, I mean, I don't know. That new Surface 2 looks really, really, really nice, though. I still think that that's actually better than an iPad, in my opinion.
I think the original Surface Pro was better.
True.
The Surface Pro and an iPad should not be compared.
I was saying the Surface 2, though, the RT version of Windows, comparing it to an iPad. Matt has an RT. He likes it.
Yeah.
Now imagine if you had that and then a lot more awesomer stuff.
It's basically my Reddit machine.
If I didn't buy my Nexus 10 like 3 months ago, I would be buying a Surface Pro 2.
Yeah. I think that that's something along that Surface Pro is going to be my next laptop replacement as soon as I
Yeah,
need
the Surface
to buy
Pro
one.
2 would become an option when my MacBook Pro finally dies.
Yeah.
But at this rate, it's looking like it might run forever on 2 gigs of RAM and a Core 2 Duo, or whatever the hell's in this thing.
Don't even tell me, because mine is from 2007.
Yeah.
Mine's a late 2006 model yet, so
Are you going to show us your new apartment or not?
you can see it behind me.
That's it?
I can't exactly walk around with my desktop.
Why not? Get a wireless webcam.
Oh,
Start
yeah.
doing this on your MacBook.
I can't do it on my MacBook because the iSight camera microphone doesn't work.
Oh,
Also, I can't carry my MacBook around anyway because my battery
battery doesn't work.
so the battery isn't even in it
Oh
right
my
now.
god.
So you don't even have a laptop.
Yeah.
So, no, my laptop just sits on my tabletop. It's actually my media center controller.
You know what the saddest part of this MacBook is? Oh, Dave's gone.
Dave just died.
Is from what I can tell, I could probably still get $300 to $400 out of this MacBook Pro.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure my MacBook is only worth like $50.
Did you get all of those animes I posted?
I did. I saw all of them. Have you seen all of them?
No, those are all the ones that I kind of went on a binge of. Well, these are the one I've watched. These are the ones I've watched. What should I watch next? And Lucas's brother has been. He's actually more into watching a lot more animes than I am because I'm super picky, and he
Yeah.
just kind of goes for stuff. And he likes some stuff that I wouldn't like. But now that he knows what I like, he suggested some stuff to me.
Well, I
What-
can't say I've ever not liked anything you've told me to watch.
Yeah, I know. So all of these I have not watched. So if you want a
Well-
more official recommendation, wait until I watch one and recommend it.
I will
Matt-
wait until you watch a few.
What's that, Dave?
Send me the list.
Again?
Oh, he probably lost the chat window.
Well, I liked the
Through
look.
Hangouts.
Huh?
Not through Hangouts, because I'm on my phone.
Oh,
Oh.
how do you want me to do this?
Through emails.
Oh my god.
Here, I'll drop it into the show notes. Because everybody looks at them.
Yeah.
Wait, notes.
They're at the bottom of the show notes if anybody cares.
I bet we have so many viewers this week.
Yeah, we've been off the air for so long. That's probably why.
Yeah.
No, I moved into my new apartment. This is my own office up here. This is upstairs. This is our second level.
You have 2 levels?
Yep. It's technically a townhome, but it's like
I sent it, Dave.
there's 4 of us, and all 4 of the units are butted up against the back corner.
Mm.
And then like I only share one wall with actual people because the other wall is shared through the garage. So this is my office. Beth's office is over there. And then that's my upstairs. That's our loft area.
You guys have 2 separate offices?
Yeah, because we have 3 bedrooms.
Apparently, I need a bigger house.
I can tell you Claymore's pretty good. FLCL's pretty good. Steins Gate and Code Geek. I've kind of started both of those. I'm in the middle.
Give us a short synopsis of what the shows are.
The most interesting one to me at this point is looking like Ergo Proxy.
I have not heard of that one.
Neither had I until Ian said, you should watch this. And I said,
Are you going to give us a synopsis?
FLCL is only like 6 or 8 episodes.
Yeah.
My second question is, are they all on Hulu or not?
No.
I think a lot of them were. Ergo Proxy is for sure, I checked.
Claymore might be?
Claymore is.
52.
Is. Hunter x Hunter, I'm not sure about. For that one.
I'd still say Full Metal Alchemist is my favorite one. By far.
Attack on Titan's making a run for that one's title.
I probably haven't watched enough of it yet, but
You haven't watched enough of it yet.
so far it has not beaten Full Metal Alchemist yet.
You have not watched enough of it.
I mean, I think Attack on Titan is better as far as an action type, but I really, really like the undertones of Full Metal Alchemist about human life and the exchange.
Yeah.
It's more than just a TV show. There's actually something to it.
I think that's going to ultimately be true of Attack on Titan as well.
Yeah, but in Full Metal, it just immediately throws it right out there. Bam, this is the main undertow of the show.
Attack on Titan is very gruesome.
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, so far I've looked at Ergo Proxy does sound really good.
Yeah,
So
that's probably going to be one of the next ones I watch.
So does Fate Zero.
See, I know what's up your alley.
So far, every show on this list has been on Hulu.
Good. I think the animation for Ergo Proxy looks really good too.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason. Like, if it's got kick-ass animation, god damn it, I need to add Avatar and Legend of Korra to my list as well.
I need to add Legend of Korra.
Hunter x Hunter is on Crunchyroll.
I'm gonna send you. I forgot to link Pat today. I've been telling him that I've been gonna take a picture of my mom's kitchen.
They redo it?
No. It's just we were talking about cabinets a while back.
Oh. Alright, Steins Gate. Did you say you saw that one?
I've seen parts of it.
That sounds really good. I actually might watch that one next.
Oh really? What are you gonna finish Attack on Titan first?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm hooked on it now. That's for sure.
It's pretty good. You're only 3 episodes in. Well, there's only
Yeah.
25 out right now, but they're done with the first season.
Yeah, I know I'm not very far in, but it probably won't take me very long to catch up.
Yeah.
So, I don't
Come
know.
on, you piece of junk.
I guess this will be it for tonight. Now that I have internet, finally. We'll be back in 2 weeks.